Hey everybody, it's the OMAD Dad. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, a channel that's dedicated to living the OMAD lifestyle or eating just one meal a day. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my personal health markers. I got these results from a combination of my yearly physical and some extra out-of-pocket tests that I had done, some blood work. Why am I sharing this with you today? Well, it's not for bragging rights or to show off. I'm sharing it with you today for accountability. I've been on OMAD for a little over 3 years now, and I have done this once before on my channel, but I'd like to make this a yearly habit, a yearly routine, where I share with you the results of my blood work. As I've said before, it's not for me to show off, but just to let you know what OMAD has in store for you. Now, I do my OMAD a specific way. I said on this channel that I don't eliminate any foods or food groups, and I do eat the foods that I enjoy. Sometimes that'll include something junky, something fried, maybe a little bit of a dessert once in a while. But it is, my meals are what I enjoy, and they're very satisfying to me. And my health marker numbers are going to reflect my choices. Now, just a quick story on how I got these before I start to get into some of the specifics. I went to my doctor this year, and normally they order blood work every year, and I don't know if it was because of COVID or not this year that they decided that because they did my blood glucose and it came out normal, he felt that I didn't need any other blood work done, even though I stated that I wanted other blood work done. So I've decided I'm going to, next year, for my yearly physical, go to a different doctor. My wife's doctor, they test for absolutely everything and whatever you want to have tested. You know, for men, they'll do testosterone, your B vitamin levels, vitamin D, your inflammation, along with normal cholesterol and insulin and all of that good stuff. So I had to pay out of pocket for a few blood work tests this year, and I used everlywell.com again. I did my food sensitivities test through them, and I made a video on that on this channel. So I had to pay out of pocket for them. They're a great company to go to if you're looking for tests that either your doctor won't order, or if you have one of those health savings account at work and you're getting toward the end of the year, as we are now, and you need to spend down some money and you're interested in a few different tests. It's a good place to go and check out. They're pretty fast and reliable. So needless to say, next year I'm going to transfer over to my wife's doctor and probably get a more comprehensive group of tests done. But for now, we're going to go over what I have. So far, 41 years old. I'm 189 pounds. That's a little on the higher end of my scale where I like to be, and I'm on my downward spiral, which means I'm cutting back on the sweets. I've cut out alcohol. Not that I was a heavy drinker, but I've also stuck to mostly OPADs, or 1 plate a day meals. My blood pressure is 112/78, which is quite normal. Next, I'm going to get into my cholesterol levels. So this year, total cholesterol is 112.9. I love the little dashboards they have. You get your results online from everlywell.com whenever you do blood work. It's so easily accessible and easy to read. And they give you a little advice if your levels are elevated as well. But total cholesterol this year is 112.9, which is totally normal. Last year, my cholesterol was 158. That's also within the normal range, but that has gone down considerably. Triglycerides, this year it's 56, still within the normal range. That's a little bit higher than last year. Last year was 50, but still within a very normal and acceptable range. Next up is calculated LDL. This year I was at 72.2. Again, still in a normal range, a nice and healthy range. That's down from last year. My last year LDL was 88, so we've seen some improvement there. And lastly, for the cholesterol numbers, my HDL was 29. This is significantly lower from last year. HDL is your good cholesterol. Last year was at 60, which is in a more normal range. This year it was at 29. So overall, I do have pretty low cholesterol. My good cholesterol does need to get improved a little bit more. That's pretty easy to do. But overall, the cholesterol was not bad, considering that I eat what I want on this diet. I do have some sugary desserts once in a while. And when I eat fat, I mean, I really do eat fat. For example, I don't just have like boneless, skinless chicken breast and broccoli and brown rice for a meal. I obviously I do like chicken, but I also have plenty of cuts of fatty meat. I love ribeyes. I am pretty liberal with my use of butter. I love good fresh bread and I slather on the butter. I'm not bashful about that at all. I don't tend to like to fry at home with vegetable oils at all. I prefer either beef tallow or duck fat. It gives you a better flavor, and it's not as it doesn't oxidize as badly as vegetable oils. A little bit more natural as well. So I'm not afraid of fat, and overall pretty low cholesterol levels this year, eating whatever I like. And then last up, my fasting HbA1c. This came back as a 5.8, which is a little elevated, if we're being honest. I don't know if this was a fluke or not, because whenever I've checked my blood glucose, it's always pretty low. Like, for example, my last blood glucose reading around this time was an 83, and that's right where it needs to be. So I don't know if this was some sort of fluke, or maybe it's just a few too many sweets that have been on my plate during the COVID times that we're living in. But I did call my doctor about this, as I was concerned, and he said anything under 6 is fine. You're not diabetic at all. But it wouldn't hurt to cut out some of the sweets and just kind of hunker down on your meals. I don't eliminate carbs. I'm not low carb. I'm not keto in any of my meal choices. So this isn't too bad, considering the foods I've been eating lately. And I will say, A1C measures your overall blood sugar levels for about a 2 or 3 month period. That's why this test isn't something you would do every day. It's a test that you would have maybe a couple times a year. And we have been moving, or we've been trying to move. We've been trying to sell our house. So we've been cleaning it out and packing everything up, because we're in the market to buy another house. And so a lot of the more home-cooked, healthier meals that I would be making have been switched out with foods that are more grab and go, and a little bit probably considered a little bit more on the junkier side, although not every meal is a junk OMAD. So overall, I'm not too concerned with these numbers. My doctor isn't too worried about it. It's definitely not nearing diabetic at all. And whenever I test my blood glucose, it's always within a normal range. So I don't know if this is some sort of fluke or not, or who knows. But that's what I have for my health marker numbers for this year to share. Now, obviously, you don't need to send me yours if there's privacy issues and whatnot. But I wanted to give you the real deal. I wanted to give you the numbers of how healthy I am and how great everything is going for me on OMAD after 3 years of eating what I want. Could things be better? Sure. And this is a great reminder of that. And I'm always going to be striving for better numbers. I think overall this year, my cholesterol, even though my good cholesterol was down, overall all of my cholesterol was down. And this is me eating. I definitely had a lot more steak this year, I would say, than I've had in previous years, and fattier cuts and things like that. So, but this is something I wanted to share with you guys as a form of accountability. And the other part, too, is at the end of the day, I don't care if I have a beach-ready body. I don't care about six-pack abs. I don't care what I look like in that regards. I'm not going to be some sort of underwear model anytime soon. What I'm worried about is really great-looking health marker numbers and staying in a healthy weight range. And that's what OMAD gives us, because it gives us self-control. Even if you go up a little bit high in one of these categories, 1 year or a little, or whenever you have your physicals, just know that it's correctable. Just know that you can make little tweaks here and there, and it's something that which you're going to have to do every year anyway. You're going to have to monitor your health. You have to be proactive in it. No one's going to do it for you. Next year, I'm going to have, with a new doctor, I'll hopefully have some more comprehensive numbers on here as well. I also like to see my vitamin D levels. I also which were tested, but they were probably 3 years ago, so they're pretty much invalid right now. I'd love to see testosterone levels, my CRP, that's your inflammation levels. All of that will be tested next year, and I'll put it on this channel again and go over it with you guys. But that's it for me for today. I hope you guys are having a great week, a very happy OMAD, and be well.